Well, I think the important thing about a yes vote for Orkney is was put all over the Orcadian front page last week when the Scottish Parliament made it very clear that it would go with our islands, our future, and strengthen the powers given to the island authorities. It looked like a good package. Our own convener seemed to be quite happy with it, and that would be the key thing, is that a Scottish government is keen to put more powers to the various parts of Scotland and build our economic strategy and our political strategy from the bottom up. I think that's very important. But similarly, coming back to an earlier point that I made about Scotland having its own voice at the European Union or the United Nations or in the World Trade Organization, that's very important for like our food and drink industry. I mean, this year, what happened? Europe said, here's £230 million that should be going to Scottish farming because of the difficulties that Scottish farming face that are not faced in the other parts of the UK. That money goes to the London Treasury before it can go anywhere, and when it gets there in November 2013, the Westminster government made the decision that they were going to take that money which was designated for Scottish farming and they were going to split it up between the four home nations. And so now, instead of getting 230 million euros to support Scottish farming and Orkney farming, we're only getting 16.4% of that money. So by the year 2020, we'll be working with one of the lowest financial support systems in Europe. Now, Orkney, that's just one example of how Orkney would be better served by voting yes and having a Scottish government that represented Scottish farming and Orkney farming to a much stronger degree. The other thing that Orkney needs to be aware of is that Richard Lochhead does not have a voice at the Common Agricultural Policy discussions or indeed the fishery discussions. He can only speak officially on behalf of Scotland if invited to do so by Owen Paterson, who is currently the DEFRA Minister at Westminster. Why should the Scottish Minister not have a voice at the table to make sure that our fishing and our farming needs are being properly addressed?